Hey everybody, this is Cole with Southern Leisure Spas, and I'm here today to give you a quick spa school tutorial for the Olympus Spas. This is our own brand that we created at the beginning of 2025, and it has a ton of great features. Congratulations on your purchase. It is a really phenomenal setup, very powerful spa with a lot of great features, and really just a great durable spa. So the first thing we're going to do before you turn the power on, you need to fill the spa with water. So to fill the spa with water, you're going to remove the filter cap here. And you're going to remove the filters. If this is a brand new spa, the filters may not be installed. They may be in a box. And then you're just going to stick the hose down in the hole down there. And you're going to fill the spa all the way up to where you have about 1 inch below the pillows. You need to make sure that the jets are covered. The top row of jets are covered up, but you don't want to overfill it. Make sure you keep a 1 to 2 inches below the bottom of the pillows, because if you overfill it, it can cause a siphon leak and create a siphon and dump all the water out of the spa through the air valve on the jetting control. So fill the spa up above the highest row of jets but below the pillows, and now you're ready to flip the power on at the breaker. So find your breaker box and flip the 50 or 60 amp GFCI breaker on, and you should see the spa start to power up at the topside control. Alright, once you have the power on to the spa, you should see something like this on the topside control screen. So to unlock the topside control, you're going to hit 1, 2, and that unlocks it right there. So basic operation of the topside control, you have your time up here, you have your temperature control right here, up or down. The set temperature, if I click it up, it's going to turn orange. That is the set temperature. When it goes back to black, that's the actual temperature. So it works like an AC system. When you set it, I have it set at 103 right now. 104 is going to be the highest you can go. It's going to turn back to black, and then it's going to run the filtration or circulation pump to reach that set temperature. So if I jump over here into the jetting button, you're going to see we've got circulation is on because it's heating. We have jets 1, jets 2, jets 3, and the light button. So I'm going to hit this once. As you can see, that's jet 1. You've got the water feature over there and the 2 seats on the left side. If I tap jets 2, I get the corner seat over there. And if I hit jet 3, I get this seat right here and the water feature. To turn them off, you just tap them again. So they're all off right now. As you can see, all the jets turned off. If I want to turn the lights on, all I have to do is tap the light button. Lights come on. To change the color, I just have to hit it again. Off and on. Keep hitting it, off and on. As you can see, every time I turn it off and back on, I get a different color. Okay, let's jump back into the main menu. Okay, now that we're at the main screen, I'm going to dive into some of the settings. So to get to settings, you're going to hit the settings button down here in the bottom right corner. You have a couple things here. There's really only a few important things that I'm going to cover. You have heat, where heat is high range or low range. You can adjust that by hitting that. High is going to take it all the way to 104. I believe low takes it to 80. So in the summer, some people will put it in low temp mode. You've got reminders. If you want service reminders, you can hit yes on that. The time, to set the time of day, it's real easy. You just select that button and hit the up or down arrow, and then the check button when you're done. Filter. So this is going to be one of the important things, your filtration cycles. So you have 2 filter cycles, 1 and 2. We have ours starting at 8 p.m. and ending at 10 p.m. And then the second one starting at 6 a.m. and ending at 8 a.m. That's plenty for a showroom, but at your house, you might want them a little bit longer. If you're dealing with cloudy water, you can jump it up to 4-hour cycles. And that's really all you need from the standpoint. If you need to change your language or anything, you can, but from the settings, you're really just going to need to set the time and the filter. That's kind of the main 2 things. The heat, if you want to put it in low heat mode in the summer, you can do that. But most people like to leave it in high, so it'll get to 104. As you can see, when it's heating, you're going to get the flashing thermometer down there. That lets you know that the spa is heating. And that's pretty much all there is to the Topside control. You've got your jet button, your setting button. You do have a quick light button over here on the left corner, as I showed you. Off and on, changes the color. And that is all that there is to the Topside. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to cover is controlling the jets and the diverter valves and air control valves. So diverter valves move the water from the pump to one area or another of the spa. And so these big controls here, these big knobs that say flow on the top of them, these are going to be the diverter valves. So to move the flow of the water from one seat to another, you're going to turn this knob. If I turn it to the right, the water is going to move to a seat on the right. If I turn it to the left or counterclockwise, the water is going to move to the seat on the left. To get stronger jet pressure, you're going to open the air valves to mix air with the water. So you're going to turn the air valve left to open it, or counterclockwise, or right to close it off. So closed is going to be water only. That's going to be a gentler massage. Left or counterclockwise opens it up. That's going to be a stronger massage. So you have 1 diverter and 1 air valve on the right. This is an Athena model. You've got 1 diverter and 1, this is a waterfall control valve. On the front, you've got 1 air valve over here on the left. You've got a diverter over here on the left that moves the water between the corner seat and this seat. And then you've got a water feature valve there at the back that controls that 3 laminar water feature right there. So let me turn some jets on to demo this in action. Okay, so this is jet 1. Now you're gonna see I'm gonna take this valve, I'm gonna turn it to the right or clockwise. These jets are on now, these are off. If I turn it back to the left, now those are on. If I want both seats on at the same time, I'm gonna put it in the middle, and now it's gonna share the jet pressure between both of those seats. So if you want full throttle in one seat, turn it all the way. If you want to share it, put it in the middle. And that's really all there is to the diverter valves. If I want to make the massage more gentle, I can close this air valve. And now you're going to see it's not quite as crazy as it was when I was mixing the air in with the water. So that is how the diverter and air valves work. The water feature valve, to turn the water feature off and on, this control right here, if I turn it clockwise, you're gonna see the water feature turn off. I can control the flow with it by opening it a little bit. If I want to open it all the way, I keep going counterclockwise and I can shoot it pretty far out there. But This is kind of my favorite setting right here, is just kind of barely shooting out right about there. Okay, so the next thing to cover is, let me get the jets off. So in the Olympus Spas, all the jets are adjustable. So every jet can be opened and closed by turning it clockwise or counterclockwise. So if you turn it clockwise, it's going to open it. If you turn it counterclockwise, it's going to close it. So if I take this jet and this one's open, it's turned all the way to the right, you can kind of see I'm spinning it to the left. If I keep turning it to the left all the way, it kind of breaks past a point and the jet can actually be removed. If I push it back in, it threads right back in, and you just go all the way to the right with it, and now it's on. So that's how you control every jet. If you want to turn the net jets off, you would just turn them all counterclockwise or to the left, and that's going to turn all those neck jets off, and it's going to move that water pressure to other jets in that seat. So that's how you get a little bit more granular in customizing the massage for every seat. All the jets can be adjusted, but to move water in large amounts, you're going to use the diverter valve right here. Okay, maintenance on the Olympus Spa is really pretty easy. There's a water chemistry component that I cover in another video, but really the only maintenance you're going to have to worry about regularly is cleaning the filter and then draining it and cleaning it and refilling it once or twice a year. Not a whole lot, but you are going to want to clean the filters roughly once a month. You're going to want to rinse them out, and then I would run degreaser through them about once every 2 to 3 months. So to take the filters out, you're going to pull the acrylic filter lid off right there, and then the filters are down here. There's 2 of them. You're going to thread them out by going counterclockwise. This is a cartridge filter. It lifts straight out, and you have filter media, the pleats right here, that you're going to take a high pressure hose nozzle and just rinse out in between there to get all the debris. This is really pretty clean because it's in a showroom. We don't have any leaves or dirt in here. But then to replace them, you are just going to thread back in and turn clockwise, and it just screws right back in like that. So I always recommend turning the spa off when you do this so you don't suck anything down into the pump. But yeah, it's really pretty basic. Just counterclockwise, wash them and put them back in, turn the power back onto the spa. Once every 3 months, you're going to want to soak these in a filter degreaser. You can get this at any Southern Leisure showroom, or you can find it online. You're going to want to soak it for a couple hours and then rinse it out. Make sure you get it rinsed out really good, or you will get foamy water in the spa. So that degreaser helps break down all the body oils and everything that get trapped in the pleats, and it will keep your water crystal clear. So once a month, rinse them out. Once every 3 months, degrease them and rinse them out really good before replacing them. And that is most of the maintenance you're going to have to do on the Olympus Spa. All right, so the last part of this spa school tutorial, I'm going to cover draining your Olympus Spa. So to drain your spa, you're going to want to make sure you go over and turn the power off at the breaker so that the power is completely off to the spa. And there's a couple ways you can drain the spa. My preferred method is to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Harbor Freight and get a submersible pump and hook that to a hose, either a garden hose or a bigger high volume hose if you get a bigger sump pump. And you can put the sump pump down in the bottom area of the footwell there, and you can pump the spa out in 10, 15, 20 minutes depending on the size of the pump. That's the easiest way to do it, the fastest way to do it. If you want to use the built-in drain in the spa, let me go over here, I'll show you. Right down here on the front of the spa, kind of hard to see, there is a drain valve right here. You can open the cap by going counterclockwise And then if you stick your finger in here, this pulls out. You can thread a garden hose onto that right there. And as you pull it out, turn it and pull it out, you're gonna get the water flowing out that way. That's a slow way to do it. Can take a couple hours to do it that way. But for people that don't want to go get a submersible pump, that is the other option for draining your spa. You can thread the cap back on clockwise and then twist it and push it back in there into the bottom. And that's on the base of the spa. There's two drain valves there. You're gonna wanna use the right one. That's the bigger line to drain the spa. So you're gonna wanna drain your spa every 4 to 6 months, depending on use. And I like to use a purge gel when I drain. That way it kills off all the biofilm in the spa and restores it to like new condition. You can pick up the biofilm purge at any Southern Leisure showroom or online. So that's all there is to it. Congratulations on your new Olympus Spa, and feel free to call us if you have any questions. Thanks, have a great day.